Welcome back to HQ Spotlight here on CBS Sports Network. So sit back, think about what were you doing at 18 years old? What were you doing at 18 years old? And were you dedicated to anything, Chris Hassel?
Yeah, but I can't say it on the air.
Exactly. Not a lot of us had a lot of dedication to anything at 18 years old, but not these guys. The fresh faces, the true freshmen of college football, and not just 18 years old. We're going to start with a 17-year-old Ryan Williams, out of Alabama. BMAC in his game against Georgia, 6 catches for 177 yards, a touchdown. This guy can get into space, whatever the situation. And I think you were talking about one of your former teammates during the commercial break who was a true freshman. Did you say Hellraiser? Is that what it was? And can we use that to describe Ryan Williams?
No question. I mean, Ryan Williams is basically Devontae Smith 2.0. And Alabama fans clearly remember Devontae Smith vividly with what he did while they're at Tuscaloosa, going on to win the Heisman, and of course having a pretty good career in the National Football League with the Philadelphia Eagles. Ryan Williams is him. You talk about a guy who reclassified. He's actually supposed to still be in high school playing for the varsity squad. But he decided to reclassify because he felt like he was ready, and he is showing all of us he is ready. A big play threat waiting to happen. Think about this, Amanda. 16 receptions for 462 yards, 5 touchdowns. He's averaging 28 yards per catch. And if you go back and look at what he did earlier in the year, how he introduced himself to all of us in college football against Western Kentucky, he had 2 receptions for 139 yards, Amanda. He averaged over 68 yards per catch, and those are only 2 catches. When this guy gets the football in his hands, he is making a big play. He's a very slippery runner. He's able to make people miss. I mean, he has great cut. He has great vision. He is able to create separation, and he is making a name for himself, not just there in Alabama, but on a national stage with how consistent he's been as a playmaker.
And BMAC, you talked about him reclassifying in order to get to Alabama. It was Nick Saban who recruited him, and he had the chance, like a lot of Alabama kids did, to leave. He met one time with Kalen DeBoer and said, nope, I'm staying right here. Let's go to another wide receiver who is a true freshman. Maybe the best wideouts right now in college football are true freshmen. Jeremiah Smith here, 6 touchdowns in 4 games so far out of Ohio State. LeBron James is tweeting about this guy. You know you got to be good when LeBron James is talking about you. And he says, look, I know there have been some great guys coming out of Ohio State as wide receivers. I want to be the best. Do you think he can be?
No question. And that's a bold statement when you look at the history of the wide receivers that have played there at Ohio State. He became the first freshman wide receiver to ever start for the university. So that tells you what type of skill set and the potential he has. And he has delivered from every aspect when it comes to being a wide receiver, when it comes to being an outstanding offensive player for him. And the thing I love about Jeremiah is that he embraces the moment extremely well. Remember, he was the #1 recruit in high school a year ago, played the wide receiver position. We don't usually see that. When you talk about being the #1 recruit out of all prospects in the high school ranks, it's usually a quarterback, defensive lineman, or an offensive lineman. But people recognize how different he was. Going back to his early days, playing in South Florida, went to Chaminade High School. I mean, you look at everything that he's done leading up to the moment that he's currently involved in, he's embraced it. And every time you turn on an Ohio State ball game, you're seeing Jeremiah make big-time plays. He just had a one-handed, he had 2 actually one-hand receptions against Michigan State. And I gave the comparison for Ryan Williams to Devontae Smith. When I look at Jeremiah and look at his game, he reminds me a lot of a guy who was just inducted in the Hall of Fame in Andre Johnson, another South Florida prospect as well. The future is extremely bright for Jeremiah, and you better believe when he gets on the football field, you better be smart to get him the football because usually good things happen.
Did you have any sayings like when you went against other teams? Because I was listening to an interview with him. He says, I want to take their food away from them. And I thought that was pretty hard.
I mean, I had a few sayings, but it didn't reference any food. It was probably something else that I can't say too much.
Yeah, he's leaving them going hungry. That has a lot to say about Jeremiah Smith. One other true freshman we want to talk about, and this was the guy that we really were talking about as a true freshman heading into the season, Dylan Raiola over there with Nebraska. Has he lived up to the standards that we set for him, or that a lot of people, I should say, set for him?
No question, Amanda. I mean, Dylan Raiola has really turned the Nebraska program into a national powerhouse once again when it comes to being relevant. They still have a long way to go when you talk about competing for championships, but being relevant is something that program has been missing in the last few seasons. We look at Matt Rule, year 2, with him being the head coach, finding a way to get a quarterback in that can manage the system. And oh, by the way, they got that guy. When you talk about what he's done, they're 4-1. He's thrown for over 1,200 yards, completed around 70% of his passes. And the most important thing that I'm loving about Dylan in his game, he is protecting the football. In 5 games, only 2 interceptions. That's smart, efficient football. And they were ranked in the top 25 until that overtime loss to Illinois a few weeks ago. But you better believe this is a team that will contend. They will continue to fight, find a way to get back in the top 25. And it starts and it stops with Dylan Raiola. I mean, he has been living up to the billing. And all these guys, because when you look at college football right now, in totality, Amanda, it has been dominated by the transfers over the last few seasons. Transfers coming in, making significant impacts immediately, and you kind of forget about the true freshmen. These guys are keeping the true freshman name alive. Oh, don't forget about us. We still can be impactful, we still can dominate, and we still can lead teams, and this is a great thing to see for college football.
Well, especially look after COVID, and we've seen the 6th and 7th and 8th year seniors or something like that. It's nice to see these new faces in the mix. BMAC, thank you so much.